Scott here with Teton Honda. At the Teton Auto Group, we pride ourselves on having the largest variety of quality used vehicles in the region. So if you're in the market for a used car, stop by our dealership and shop from a wide variety of makes and models. And if we don't have what you're looking for on our lot, no problem. Our extensive dealership network will find the used vehicle that's right for you. Visit Teton Honda today to find the used vehicle you've been dreaming of.
What is community? It's Friday night lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1904.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Wherever you are, D.L. Evans Bank is right there to help. From applying for loans to opening new accounts and signing documents, personalized service is just a video call away. This is Bank Live with D.L. Evans Bank. This is community banking.
Dave here with
Well, welcome live. It's a Friday night here on IdahoSports.com. We find ourselves at North Fremont High School with the Bear Lake Bears in their blue and white, making their way up north to Ashton, Idaho to face off against North Fremont. Lance Taylor along with Kyle Taylor, the Fuzz. He will be our videographer tonight. We got an interesting matchup here tonight. We have these two teams that look a little bit different than what they did last year. You have a North Fremont team that's kind of been near that top of the 2A division for the last several years, and they graduated a whole load of seniors last year, not the least of which A.J. Hill and Jordan Lenz. They have moved on now to college. I had a short chance before the game just to chat for a moment with Coach Ben Lenz, and I says, so what do you think? And he says, well, it's going to be interesting, and it certainly is anytime you change that number of players. Bear Lake coming in. Let's talk about Bear Lake first. This is the first game for both these teams. Bear Lake 7-4 last year. During that included a regular season as well as the postseason, and then they didn't bow out till finally in the quarterfinals against conference opponent Westside, who went on to win the 2A state championship handily last year. They lost that game 8-47. Westside was a very, very good team. We'll get on to them a little bit later tonight as they are playing an important game against Firth tonight. That was your state championship matchup last year as well. Looking at North Fremont 9-1 last year. They ran the table last year until the quarterfinals in the state playoffs when they faced conference opponent Firth, who they had beat earlier in the season 22-21, and then ended up losing 6-7. And then, of course, Firth went on and played Westside in the state championship. Next week, Melba is going to work their way in here to North Fremont. Now, that's a state matchup game from last year that was played here in Ashton, Idaho as well. And as far as Bear Lake goes, well, they're going to welcome Lyman, Wyoming next week. Lyman, Wyoming starting their season out on the road as they play out of District 5 Malad tonight in Malad, Idaho as well. That'll be some good scouting information and video for Bear Lake as they go into that game next week against Lyman. A whole docket of games out there tonight. on IdahoSports.com. And don't forget tomorrow, too, you got more Rocky Mountain Rumble games coming to you from Madison High School as well. That's primarily a Utah-Idaho matchup there. And this is an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the East Idaho Game Night presented by Teton Auto Group and D.L. Evans Bank. In addition to our big statewide sponsors, don't forget that we have our local sponsors as well, Upper Valley Orthopedics, as well as Bear Lake Drug. They're located at 836 Washington. We got many, many more that are on the docket as well. If you want to make your memories last a lifetime by owning the digital file of this game, it's just $9.95. Just click the button in the top right to go ahead and order that. Also, our Army of Idaho Sports action photographers covering games all over the state. We've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu. Also, always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the IdahoSports.com Prepcasts cover every inch of Idaho, hosted by Brandon Bainey. Each Prepcast features one of our in-house experts talking about what's going on in your part of the state. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you have been missing. Also, did you get your Gridiron game picks in this week? Compete every week against other high school sports fans and the so-called experts at IdahoSports.com for free. Win weekly prizes and the chance to be crowned the regular season picks champion. It's okay if you start now because weekly winners get $25. If you're the regular season grand champion, you win $100, and a $250 donation will be given in your name to your favorite Idaho high school athletic program. And best of all, once again, don't forget, it is free. Your statewide sponsors are Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and of course, your local Toyota dealer. As we get set for this game to start, we do have a little bit of time. They were delayed just a little bit. We had huge rain that took place here a little bit earlier on. In fact, when we showed up to the game, it was raining heavy and then was raining marble-sized hail, dropping that out of the sky for a little bit, so all the windows had to be closed. And now, like a typical southeast Idaho, it clears out and looks like it's been beautiful all day long. We'll see what happens as time moves forward here from Ashton, Idaho. We're going to take a break here on IdahoSports.com. We will be back after this.
Community.
Scott here with Teton Honda. At the Teton Auto Group, we pride ourselves on having the largest variety of quality used vehicles in the region. So if you're in the market for a used car, stop by our dealership and shop from a wide variety of makes and models. And if we don't have what you're looking for on our lot, no problem. Our extensive dealership network will find the used vehicle that's right for you. Visit Teton Honda today to find the used vehicle you've been dreaming of.
What is community? It's Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1904.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things,
But you can do them.
quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Wherever you are, D.L. Evans Bank is right there to help. From applying for loans to opening new accounts and signing documents, personalized service is just a video call away. This is Bank Live with D.L. Evans Bank. This is community banking.
Dave here.
Welcome back to IdahoSports.com. Lance Taylor along with Kyle Fuzz Taylor bringing you this game from Ashton, Idaho. It's again Bear Lake. Visits from District 5 up here to District 6. These are two very storied programs in numerous sports. Let me give you an idea of some of the great ball games going on IdahoSports.com tonight as well as tomorrow. Don't forget there's Rocky Mountain Rumble games tomorrow as well. So tonight you got South Summit High School is visiting Marsh Valley. South Summit is out of Utah. Layton High School, they're out of Utah as well. They're going to play Lewiston. Post Falls is going to be facing Skyline, Utah. Skyline, Utah is out of Salt Lake City. So down in Utah, you have a Skyline and a Skyview. Up here in Idaho, you also have a Skyline and a Skyview as well. That is Skyline, Utah, out of Salt Lake City. You got Beaver High School. They're out of Southern Utah, just north of St. George and Cedar City. They're going to be taking on Minico, a very good Minico team. Got a big win last week over Thunder Ridge as well. And then Blackfoot and Emmett, Bear Lake and North Fremont right here from Ashton. Buell and Weiser, Gooding and Jerome, Kellogg, Moscow, Skyview versus Cuna. Skyview coming off a big loss to Elko, Nevada last week. South Fremont at Timberlake. That's up north. Long drive for the Cougars of South Fremont. Thunder Ridge looking to pick up a win over Idaho Falls. And then your last game tonight, Stansbury, Utah will be facing Skyline of Idaho Falls. So that's the Idaho Skyline. And then tomorrow, Kendrick versus Notice, Clearwater Valley and Glens Ferry. Morgan High School of Utah faces Pocatello. Last year they faced Sugar Salem in the Rocky Mountain Rumble. Lehigh High School out of Utah versus Highland. Prairie and Oakley, Tooele, and that's out of Utah. They'll face Madison. Butte County and Cary. Highland of Pocatello versus Skyline of Utah as well. Pardon me, that or versus Skyline, Idaho. Pardon me, I got ahead of myself a little bit. Butte County, Cary, Highland, and Skyline. Those will be next week's games as well. But those are important ones on the docket this week. And, of course, don't forget, you can pop onto IdahoSports.com and you can see exactly what is going on everywhere around the state. Just simply click on Friday Night Flash and go to your school size. In fact, the important games for the people listening tonight come out of the 2A division. You got American Falls and Aberdeen. Aberdeen out of District 5, same conference as Bear Lake in this game tonight. Coe Valley Christian and Grangeville. Firth and Westside, that is a big one. They've now started the season against each other the last couple years, and that is also a rematch of last year's state championship 2A matchup won by Westside out of District 5. Then you have Malad and Lyman High School. We talked about Lyman starting on the road 2 games this year as they face Malad in Malad tonight, and then next week they'll be at Bear Lake taking on the Bear Lake Bears. Melba and Elko, Nevada, Moscow and Kellogg, Nampa Christian, Declo, New Plymouth Payette, Orofino, Marsing, Soda Springs. They'll face Ryrie. That game is in Soda. And then Wendell and West Jefferson. That game takes place out in Wendell. Now, Soda Springs, they also played last week. They played against perennial power Sugar Salem out of the 3A division and it really took a licking last week. They'll see if they can get it going again at home, this time against Ryrie this weekend. There's some other big games around the state that you probably should know about. Rigby, perennial power, they find themselves down at Skyview, Utah. That's down in the Cache Valley area. In fact, it's just north of Logan where Skyview High School is there. So that's going to be an important one there in the 5A division. You got Lewiston and Layton High School out of Utah. That is a final, 41-28. Skyline, Utah, 35, and Post Falls, 17. As we look now at, at the 4A division, we talked about Minico playing Beaver High School of Utah. That's a 24-14 ball game. Just to know something about Beaver High School down there, Beaver High School graduates less than 100 kids a year. That's how small that high school is down there in Utah. So to put up 14 points against a very good Minico team, that's something that they can certainly take away as well. As we start to wind down now to our kickoff here from Ashton, Idaho. This is North Fremont High School hosting the Bear Lake Bears. Bear Lake's going to be in their white jerseys with blue helmets, and for your North Fremont Huskies, their traditional purple. They'll have white lettering on them. The thing I like is both teams' numbers can be easily read tonight. At least at this point of the night, they certainly can. We do got a little bit of wind coming out right now. And it finally switched. It is now coming from the north to the south. Before it was coming from the south to the north. So when it was raining, it was blowing rain and hail and everything else into the broadcast booth up here. Now it's going the other direction, and it's really cleared out a lot of the clouds from the sky, and we got some blue ahead of us now. This is an east-west field. I talk about this a little bit because, you know, the old term north and south. North and south, of course, that's a football term because the vast majority of fields are north and south. One of the challenges that you have with an east-west field is if the game is played during the daytime hours, the daylight hours, someone's always going to have the sun in their eyes most of the time. And so typically you have north and south field, but this is an east and west field. But really for Bear Lake, it's not that big of a deal for them as they come from their home field, which is a east-west field as well. So that's just something to think of here. There should be no advantage for one team or the other. And, of course, most of this game will be played under the lights as it will get dark here fairly soon. We talked about these two teams being powers in the 2A division. It's about 8 or 9 years ago that Bear Lake dropped down to 2A from 3A, and they're growing as well. There's some word that they might be back up to 3A quite soon as well, but they've won a number of state championships in basketball, been competitive in everything else as well. So let's tell you about our local sponsors for this ball game. Upper Valley Orthopedics, Northern Title, Bear Lake Drug, Schwab Matthews Mortuary, Gary H. Tusher, CPA, Carpet Direct and Flooring in Rexburg, Flying A Ranch in Ashton, and the Frost Top Old Fashioned Drive-In. That's a great place to eat if you have never eaten there before. I'll tell you, some of these small communities that you go into are nothing but fantastic. Upper Valley Orthopedics in the Upper Snake River Valley's renowned state-of-the-art orthopedic and sports medicine clinics. Doctors Michael Larson, Kevin Lee, and Travis Torngren are board-certified orthopedic surgeons treating all conditions of the shoulder, elbow, hand, and wrist, hip, knee, foot, ankle, and sports-related injuries. Please call for an appointment at 208-356-9550 or request online at uppervalleyortho.com. That's uppervalleyortho.com. Upper Valley Orthopedics in Rexburg is proud supporter of North Fremont Athletics. Are you considering purchasing, selling, building, or refinancing? When making these decisions, you can count on Northern Title for reliable and accurate title and closing needs. You make the choice. Northern Title has combined with local professionals to ensure your real estate needs for over 3 decades. Choose Northern Title. Good deeds done daily. Northern Title is proud to sponsor Bear Lake football. And Bear Lake Drug is located at 836 Washington. Casey and his amazing staff are the best in town and will provide you with the service and care you deserve. That's Hometown Pharmacy and Gift Stores, your local drugstore, and a great deal more. Find them at Facebook or visit their website simply at bearlakedrugid.com. That's bearlakedrugid.com. Bear Lake Drug is proud to support Bear Lake Athletics. As we work with families to celebrate and honor the life of loved ones, Schwab Matthews Mortuary provides services offering personalized burial vaults and caskets, horse-drawn hearse, audio, and transcribed recordings of funerals, prearranged funeral plans, and headstone design. Having 2 licensed funeral directors, Chad Walker, Bear Lake County coroner and licensed mortician, and Dane Schwab, owner and licensed mortician. Schwab Matthews Mortuary and staff will continue to provide superior funeral service to members of all faiths. Please visit us at our website at matthewsmortuaryinc.com or call us at 208-847-0451. Matthews Mortuary is a proud supporter of Bear Lake Athletics, and they say good luck to the boys. We're going to take a break here on IdahoSports.com. We're going to get the Star-Spangled Banner here from North Fremont High School. We'll be back after this.
What is community? It's Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1900.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Make summer stand still. So make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back to North Fremont High School as we get the starting lineups going here. Let's talk first of all about the quarterbacks for both these teams. For Bear Lake High School, it's going to be Tayson Nill, the senior under center. He's listed at 6 foot, 155 pounds. It'll be Jed Hill, the quarterback and defensive back at 5'11", 175 for the North Fremont Huskies. This is a really different look for North Fremont as we've got used to Jordan Lenz being under center for the last several years as a sophomore, junior, and senior. You know, as it comes to these two teams and what they offer, here we are, the first game of the season. There are far more questions than there are answers. Some of those questions will be answered tonight, and it'll start off in the hands of North Fremont as Bear Lake will kick off to begin this ball game. And again, we talked about the east-west fields here, and now the sun has come out from behind the clouds. And so to start this game in the first quarter, it actually will be Bear Lake that has the sun in their eyes as they start quarter number one here. We just got the starting lineups. Announcer Jim Jorgensen here from North Fremont High School as he announced his team as they went out on the field. And it is time for North Fremont and Bear Lake, the opening to both their seasons. Once again, we did have some early games last week. We had Sugar Salem, for example, 3A down at Soda Springs. And part of the reason for that is Sugar Salem usually has a couple bye weeks each year, so their season's a little more spread out because they are one of the schools that still gets off 2 weeks for the spud harvest break during the fall. That's the last week of September, first week of October, and they try to make sure one of those weeks they don't have a game, as a lot of those kids will go on and work at those spud farms. So here we are, ready to kick off. It's Bear Lake. And the ball falls off the tee. There we go on our way to start the season. The wind it's still there. It's not super aggressive right now, not as it was earlier today as well. And tomorrow in the upper Snake River Valley, we're supposed to have quite a bit of wind. The ball goes up in the air. It's going to go into the end zone. And the ball will come out to the 20-yard line where Jed Hill and his North Fremont Huskies will take over 1st and 10. You know, part of that punishing group last year for North Fremont, we talked about Jordan Lenz. Of course, he was a running quarterback. They run the option a lot. He could get to the outside. It was very tough to maintain. Jed Hill, however, did get some playing time. But one of the players they're going to miss as well is A.J. Hill in the backfield, who was very powerful as well. So from the 20-yard line, we'll get started North Fremont High School. It's going to be Hill. He will be under center. They're going to run it just a little bit to the side in the left gap, unable to get too much going in that particular play. Carson Packer, the running back, 5'8", 180 pounds, senior, able to pick up. It looks like really they're not giving him much on the play, maybe about a yard and a half. So it'll be second, we'll call it 2nd and 9 to go from the 21-yard line. They're actually giving him a full 2 yards, so 2nd and 8. It's going to be Jed Hill up under center again. Jed Hill, just a junior. He'll return next year for Coach Lenz. In the backfield, we got some early movement as the ball goes up the middle, once again, carried by number 22, Packer. However, we do have penalty flags in the backfield. I think the motion is going to be illegal that took place, and it looked like an early jump down there by number 3, Jacob Hill. We'll see exactly what the call is here. Officials will let us know. White hat comes over. Okay, not quite sure exactly what he was saying there, but either way, the penalty does end up going against North Fremont. So what started out as a 2nd and 8 will move on to a 2nd and 13. They're going to call it a false start. That's the official call on the field. So now we'll have 2nd and 13 as they replay the down, of course, but you do lose the yardage. Once again, North Fremont in their traditional purple uniforms. Bear Lake comes in with the white uniforms and the blue helmets. Blue shiny helmets. Really like the look of the uniforms and helmets out there for both teams. In the backfield again. And this time we're going to get a run up the left side. Still on his feet was number 1, Angel Romero. Angel Romero, the senior, 6'1", 190, got a lot of playing time last year alongside A.J. Hill as well. That was a powerful backfield, and he's able to pick up significant yardage and able to get a 1st down after the penalty-plagued 2nd down. So ball now on the 34-yard line, 1st and 10. Man in motion. Hill takes the snap. He gets it off the side to Carson Packer. Packer picks up what looks like about 4 to 5 yards on a play. Looks like it's going to be about 5 yards, brings up a 2nd and 5. And if you're North Fremont, you got to like what you've looked like thus far, minus the penalty, but what you've looked like in this starting possession. Again, they're going from west to east right now. The sun to their back here from North Fremont High School. Now it's coming, the option to the outside left. It's going to go to Romero. Romero still on his feet. Finally gets knocked out of bounds down around the 35-yard line of the Bear Lake Bears. And it is. It's going to be marked, it looks like, right on the 35-yard line. Another 1st and 10, another Angel Romero run. He is a very powerful runner. A little pass out of the backfield. And one of the things that North can look at now with those passes out of the backfield, because the backers and safeties are up for Bear Lake. That does give them some room. Man in motion again. Goes up the middle. I believe that ended up going to number 22, Carson Packer. And it looks like about a yard gain on that. Brings up a 2nd and 9. For North Fremont. Great defensive play that time by Bear Lake. Is nothing going up the middle there. Bear Lake gets the big stop. Looks like in on that play. Looks like Tyler Burbank in there on the tackle. We're going to get a timeout here. This by North Fremont early on in the ball game. Not sure Coach Lenz wanted to take one that early. Carpet Direct and Flooring in Rexburg is the perfect flooring solution for all your floor covering needs. They can handle any type of flooring from residential to commercial with their huge in-stock selection and the best installation team around. Carpet Direct and Flooring can help you create a one-of-a-kind look that caters to the style of your home or your office. Carpet Direct and Flooring has appreciated the support from the Upper Valley and are excited to announce the grand opening of their new showroom in October 2022. Carpet Direct is a proud supporter of athletics in the Upper Snake River Valley. Need help with bookkeeping, personal and business tax returns, or payroll? The folks at Gary H. Tusher CPA are ready to help you. You can call them at 208-847-2601 for an appointment, or simply visit their website at GaryTCPA.com. See Gary in Montpelier at 110 North 8th Street. Gary Tusher and his staff are proud to support Bear Lake Athletics. So we come out of this timeout. We'll see what adjustments Coach Shannon Hill made as he went out onto the field for North Fremont. We're here on a 2nd and 8 after a nice 1st down defensive play by Bear Lake. Packer in the backfield. Man in motion. It's Jacob Hill. And a tackle for loss. as Jed Hill keeps it, goes to the right side. It looked to me like it was a loss of possibly a yard or two. As it is, it brings up a 3rd and 8. After a great defensive effort by Bear Lake. Once again, this is a 2A versus 2A matchup. Bear Lake out of District 5, North Fremont out of District 6. Hill under center again, man in motion. This time it's Romero, and they're able to get the stop as the ball gets handed off, that time to number 3, Jacob Hill, the junior. And he's able to get maybe a half yard on that play. It'll bring up a 4th and 7, we'll call it. And this tends to be go-for-it territory in most high school football games. This is field goal territory in college, and high school usually go for it. Once again, traditional lineup for North Fremont up under center. Packer in the backfield. 2-man in motion. They go back to position. We're going to get another timeout by North Fremont. And North Fremont now has burned 2 timeouts early in half number 1. In fact, this is the first possession of the ball game, and they have blown 2 of their 3 timeouts. Flying A Wrench in Ashton is excited to see the Huskies back on the field. Get it done, boys, from the Flying A Wrench. The Frost Top Old Fashioned Drive-In, located at Highway 20 in Ashton, Idaho, is home to the best food in town. Whether you're on your way to Yellowstone, the beautiful Cave Falls, or simply spending the day in Ashton, the Frost Top Drive-In will curb all of your hunger cravings. Open 7 days a week and in business for over 40 years. They are proud to support their North Fremont Huskies. Interesting enough that the Frost Top Drive-In, I tend to stop there quite a bit because I come up past here to go fishing, and as a lot of you might know out there, Yellowstone was closed for a little bit this year because of flooding, and I happened to go there one day to the Frost Top, and there was a number of people there from from Italy, who had come all the way from Italy to go to Yellowstone National Park, and it was closed. So they came down into Ashton and got at least they left with some good food from the Frost Top Drive-In. I'll tell you what, these small-town drive-ins, Idaho is one of the best small-town states, what I call, small-town states in the country. And Ashton and Montpelier are 2 of those great ones. Hill goes back. He's going to pass. He's got it over the middle. It's going to be good enough for a touchdown. As on 4th down, he goes over the top to Hank Richardson, the big tight end. Hank Richardson, we called his name a bunch last year as well. And just like that, North Fremont jumps out on the scoreboard. They pick up a touchdown, 6-0, 8:04 remaining on the clock. We'll come in and we'll see if they'll go for 2. Last year, every single time that we had them last year, Fuzz, they ended up going for 2 points as opposed to a extra point kick each and every time. It's been a couple years since I've seen them attempt an extra point kick. It's going to be Hill with the keeper. He's going to try to get in. Not sure if he does or not. He does. He does, in fact, get in. It's going to be close. It's one of those that might have been reviewed if it was in the college game. You don't have that in the high school game. So as it is, North Fremont goes up 7-0, 8:02 now remaining in the first quarter of play. Upper Valley Orthopedics is the Upper Snake River Valley's renowned state-of-the-art orthopedics and sports medicine clinic. Doctors Michael Larson, Kevin Lee, and Travis Torngren are board-certified orthopedic surgeons treating all conditions of the shoulder, elbow, hand and wrist, hip, knee, foot, ankle, and sports-related injuries. Please call for an appointment at 208-356-9550 or request online at uppervalleyortho.com. Upper Valley Orthopedics in Rexburg is a proud supporter of North Fremont Huskies athletics. Are you considering purchasing, selling, building, or refinancing? When making these decisions, you can count on Northern Title for reliable and accurate title and closing needs. You make the choice. Northern Title has combined with local professionals to ensure your real estate needs for over 3 decades. Choose Northern Title. Good deeds done daily. Northern Title is a proud sponsor of Bear Lake football. And we get out now for North Fremont to kick on. And don't forget, make the memories last a lifetime by owning the digital game file of this game for just $9.95. Simply just click the button in the top right to make your order, and you can do that. This is an East Idaho game night Production presented by Teton Auto Group and D.L. Evans Bank. Of course, we thank all of our supporters. That helps us bring these games to you live and free right here on IdahoSports.com. And now North Fremont set to boot it from their own 40-yard line. This is up and looks like for the second possession in a row. Oh, boy, I thought this was going to go into the end zone as well. It's brought out instead. What a great run and bring out by Bear Lake's number 9, Tyler Beresford. Beresford, a senior, 5'9", 150 pounds, as he gets it up out across the 35-yard line where Bear Lake will take over first and 10. Of course, under center for Bear Lake is going to be Tayson Need. He is a 6 foot, 155-pound senior. He's also a cornerback, as well as being a quarterback for this team. Bear Lake's in District 5. They come out of a conference with Bear Lake, Malad, Soda Springs, and Aberdeen, along with Westside. From the shotgun, handoff goes number 4, Jordan Garbett. And he's going to pick up 2 yards on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Bears of Bear Lake. So not too far on the other side of the borderline, a little bit more west, down in Utah, is the Bear River Bears. So you got the Bear Lake Bears and the Bear River Bears. Don't know if they've ever played, but both of them with Bear in their name happen to have Bears as their mascot. You got twins right, stack left, man in motion. In motion and carrying the ball to pick up some yardage on the play is going to be number 9, Tyler Beresford. So Beresford, who brought out the kick return, and they're going to say he fumbled it and that it was recovered by North Fremont. So a turnover early on. And again, see, I think this is one of those that you could review if this was the college game. Unfortunately for Bear Lake, it is not. And so it goes as the officials call it. North Fremont will take over first and 10. And what appears to be about the 42-yard line. So North Fremont, who already found themselves up on the scoreboard with a long pass. The big tight end. And now under center again. It's going to be Hill. Man in motion will be Jacob Hill. Out comes Jet Hill to the left. He waves on his receiver. Can't get him. And a great play in the backfield. Looks like a loss of about a yard as Bear Lake gets in and was able to take down Hill. It looks like it was Tayson Nill, the opposing quarterback, who was able to get in on that play. One of the things you'll notice, particularly with the smaller school sizes, is most of these players will play both ways. Sometimes as you get up into the 5A division, some of the bigger 4A schools, and then your 5A division, some of those players are one-way players. For example, Rigby High School, it's a 5A school in Idaho. They've been a powerhouse the last number of years. Well, they typically, with their linemen, go one side of the ball only. But in these smaller, and the touchdown on the initial possession, and then you turned it over. And if you can get a stop here, that is a great opportunity for the Bears. Third down, it's going to be Romero in the backfield now, and I think we're going to get a false start on this play. It looked to be on the line, as there's going to be no gain on the play there. Nicely turning and helping him up is big number 61, Jacob Bellis. Called his name a lot last year. He's a 6, I'll tell you that. We got twins right, twins left. They're going to go out to the left side. Board 8-0 is your score. North Fremont on top of Bear Lake. Another bad snap. Fortunately, nobody rushed. We're going to get a kick, but the kick's barely going to go across the midfield. And then it's going to come back, so it's actually going to come back. Yeah, with a 2-yard, maybe 3-yard gain up the middle. Looked like that was 22 Packer. Heads up the middle, picks up a couple yards. They're going to give him, it'll be about 2 yards. We'll call it a 2nd and 8. It'll be from the 44-yard line. North Fremont quickly to the line. No huddle in this scenario. Man in motion in the backfield. It's going to be Romero. Goes to Packer again. No, it's going to be kept by Hill. And what a great. Just over 2 minutes to go in quarter number 1 and down 8-0. Dayson Hill, who's played great on both sides of the ball, goes from the shotgun again. Has 2 in the backfield. Twins right, single left. Maybe got away with a false start, but we'll see how it goes. Now to the outside. That's a great run by number 9, Tyler Beresford. And the senior gets up and picks up some significant yardage. It appears to be right around 9 yards that he gets on the play, bringing up a 2nd and 1. Now under 2 minutes. These are fantastic communities. Go through Montpelier on my way down to Bear Lake each time and always try to make a stop somewhere to eat while I'm there. And bringing up a 2nd. They're caught a 2nd and 5. It's going to be really a 2nd and 6. Now under 25 seconds to go in quarter number 1. It's going to be Nil again from the backfield. He rolls out. He has a receiver and who looked for just a moment like he had got past his man. And then the safety ends up coming over. It ends up being a drop pass, but it was a great pass by Nil. Just unable to be reeled in as the defense was fantastic as well. First on the defense for North Fremont, number 2, Jed Hill. So both these quarterbacks also, for these teams, also play on the defensive side of the ball. We talked about it earlier. These smaller schools, they're needed on both sides of the ball. Not something you see near as often at, the bigger 4As and some of the 5A division teams. Of course, oftentimes you'll see receivers double up as a corner as well. But oftentimes your linemen are just kind of set. Out to the outside again and looks to be near the first down marker. Does pick it up. It's number 9, Tyler Beresford. And he finally gets out of down. They're going to call it a first down. Not sure. It looked like he might have got out of bounds on that. If so, it stops the clock at 4.5 seconds. Which means they'll get one more playoff before quarter comes to an end. Nope, they won't. So he did not get out, and we're going to run to the end of quarter number 1. Your score 8-0. North Fremont scores on their first possession of the ball game. No scores since that time. We'll get some more words from our sponsors. Bear Lake Drug is located at 836 Washington. Casey and his amazing staff are the best in town and will provide you with the service and care you deserve. This hometown pharmacy and gift store is your local drugstore and great deal more. Find them on Facebook or visit their website at Bear Lake Drug ID. That's BearLakeDrugID.com. Bear Lake Drug is proud to support Bear Lake Athletics. As we work with families to celebrate and honor the life of loved ones, Schwab Matthews Mortuary provides services offering personalized burial vaults and caskets, horse-drawn hearse, audio, and transcribed recordings of funerals, prearranged funeral plans, and headstone design. Having 2 licensed funeral directors, Chad Walker, Bear Lake County Coroner and licensed mortician, and Dane Schwab, owner and licensed mortician. Schwab Matthews Mortuary and staff will continue to provide superior funeral services to members of all faiths. Please visit us at our website at MatthewsMortuaryInc.com or call us at 208-847-0451. Matthews Mortuary is a proud supporter of Bear Lake Athletics, and they say good luck, boys. Need help with bookkeeping, personal and business tax returns, or payroll? The folks at Gary H. Tusher CPA are ready to help you. Call 208-847-2601 for an appointment or visit their website at GaryTCPA.com. See Gary in Montpelier at 110 North 8th Street. Gary Tusher and his staff is a proud supporter of Bear Lake Athletics. And we come out now for quarter number 2. 8-0 is your score. Touchdown and a 2-point conversion by North Fremont. It was a great touchdown pass over the middle to the tight end, Hank Richardson. Called his name last year as a junior quite a bit. But Bear Lake here on a nice first down to end quarter number 1. Neil pops back, hits his receiver. Nope, it's going to bounce on the ground. Looked like they might have grabbed it out there. Unable to draw that in was number 34, Bryson Crane. 6'4", 175-pound junior. Once again, come basketball season, for those of you who watch games on IdahoSports.com, you'll hear a number of these names cross over to basketball as well. Most athletes at these small schools are at least 2-sport athletes, and many of them are 3-sport athletes. just underway here in quarter number 2 from North Fremont High School, the Bear Lake Bears. Out of District 5, visiting District 6 tonight. It's going to be Neal now. Tayson Neal with the keeper. Pops to the outside, able to shed the defender. Heads up the middle, down close to the goal line. Actually, near the 5-yard line, it looks like. What a great run by the senior Tayson Neal. It's going to be Jacob Hill making the tackle. And now with 11:45 remaining in the first half of play, it'll be first and goal. Nope, it's on the 12-yard line, so it'll be first and 10 from the 12. Bear Lake looking to punch it in. That's arguably the best run of the night for any player on either team. Now a handoff goes to the left. Good blocking out in front. And able to skip the corner and get into the end zone. Number 9, Tyler Beresford. Beresford gets in on a 12-yard run. No flags on the play. So it will certainly stay that. 6-8 is your score with 11:14 remaining in the first half of play. We'll see if Bear Lake goes for 1 or 2 here. Looks like they're going to go for 2. So from the shotgun again, it's going to be Neal. Looks to roll out to the left, does so, has his receiver looking, and we're going to get a hold for sure on this play. Apparently not. Interesting. It's going to fall incomplete. So your score remains 8-6 with 11:14 remaining in half number 1. Carpet Direct and Flooring in Rexburg is the perfect flooring solution for all of your floor covering needs. They can handle any type of flooring from residential to commercial. With their huge in-stock selection and the best installation team around, Carpet Direct and Flooring can help you create a one-of-a-kind look that caters to the style of your home or office. Carpet Direct and Flooring has appreciated the support from the upper Snake River Valley. They're excited to announce their grand opening of their brand new showroom. It's right off Interstate 20 in October of 2022. Carpet Direct is a proud supporter of athletes in the upper Snake River Valley. And, of course, that includes the North Fremont Huskies. Flying A Wrench in Ashton is excited to see the Huskies back on the field. They say, get it done, boys, from the Flying A Ranch. The Frost Top Old Fashioned Drive-In located on Highway 20 in Ashton, Idaho is home to the best food in town. Whether you're on your way to Yellowstone, the beautiful Cave Falls, or simply spending the day in Ashton, the Frost Top Drive-In will curb all of your hunger cravings. Open 7 days a week and in business for over 40 years. They're proud to support their North Fremont Huskies. And may I recommend the barbecue bacon burger. I don't think it's called that. It's a barbecue bacon burger. I think it's called like the Western or something like that, but it is a very good. Ask for the one with barbecue that comes like with the onion straws in it. Anyway, it's awesome. Okay, now kicking off will be Bear Lake. Bear Lake 7-4 last year during the season. That included regular and postseason, and they finally bowed out to eventual state champions Westside, who was in their conference as well. Oh, what a great bounce, unable to be handled very well by North Fremont, and coming down deep in their own end zone will be number 22, Carson Packer, as Packer really struggled to field that kick. And after scoring on the previous possession, Bear Lake has to like how they're starting defensively here in this possession. North Fremont will try to get out of this hole. Ball back on the 12-yard line. The 12-yard line is where it was on a first down, where number 9, Beresford, scored on the previous possession for Bear Lake. Popping up through the middle is going to be Romero. Romero, we called his name a lot last year along with A.J. Hill. He picks up about 8 or 9 yards here. We'll see exactly where they spot it. I expect to see his name called more and more as this game moves forward. So he does pick up 8 yards on the play. It's 2nd and 2 from the 18 as North Fremont looks to dig out of this deep deep field position that they started with. It's going to be Hill up under center again. It's going to be Packer now to the left side. He picks up the first down, gets out across the 20-yard line. Looks like a 6-yard gain on the play. It is going to be a first down for North Fremont. Both teams have played some good defense at times as well during this first half. Next week, Bear Lake will host Lyman, Wyoming. Lyman, Wyoming playing down at one of Bear Lake's rivals, Malad, today. So ball's on the 26, 1st and 10. It ended up being an 8-yard gain on the last run. Now it's going to be Romero, and they gear in on him, but not before he picks up about a yard on the play, we'll call it. Brings up a 2nd and 9 for North Fremont. 10 minutes even to go on the clock. This is a beautiful community here. It's kind of a gateway up into Yellowstone National Park. Of course, there's some great fishing on the Henry's Fork of the Snake River right here locally as well. Several different stretches of the Henry's Fork that are very, very good. And of course, you go down to Montpelier, they got beautiful Bear Lake. It goes once again to number 22, Packer. And Packer, boy, I'll tell you, this senior is really having himself a good night. Brings up a 3rd and 2 for North Fremont. Don't forget a lot of good games going on today and tomorrow. Right here on IdahoSports.com, you can check in, go to GameStreams, find the game you like, click on it, watch till your heart's content. Up the middle again, it's going to be Packer again, and he really bruises up for a couple yards here and picks up another first down for the North Fremont Huskies. It looks like it's going to be a first down. We'll see exactly where the officials give it. We might get a measurement out of here. One of the things that I really like that they changed in football at all levels is that now, if an official can eyeball it, they go ahead and they're going to move the ball up and get that first down in that scenario. But we got a penalty going here. Looks like a chop block. I didn't quite see exactly what he called, but it's going to be a penalty, and it's going to be of the 15-yard variety. We're not quite sure exactly what was called. It looked like possibly a chop block. But as it is, it's going to bring up a 3rd and 19 for North Fremont right after nice first down had been picked up by Packer. Not quite sure on that. We even have coaches up in here and the PA announcer asking what it was. It wasn't made clear by the official. Now out on the right-hand side, it's going to number 3, Jacob Hill. Another one of those juniors, and he picks up some yardage, gets back a little bit closer to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 4th and 11 as he was able to pick up 8 yards on that play. And now I would imagine this is probably going to be punt territory. I believe it's Dax Cherry. Another one of those that plays basketball as well. I believe it's going to be Cherry that's kicking here. And a bad snap as it bounced on the ground. He does get off a decent punt. This is going to go out of bounds. It's going to be somewhere around the 50-yard line where it comes into play. So it didn't end up being as good a punt as it looked like it was going to be in the air. A lot of room in the air, however, it ended up coming out of bounds. Boy, that is a very, very interesting spot out on the field. I thought it would be back by the 50-yard line. And as it is, it's going to end up on the 41-yard line where Bear Lake will take over 1st and 10.
That should have been at near the other 40 on the angle.
So we got a single left, twins right, front in the shotgun, man in the backfield. 2 men in the backfield. We're going to get possibly, they're going to call a false start. So that'll be another 5-yard penalty. Bring up 1st and 15. I'm still wondering where they came from to get the spot after that punt. It really should have been out near the midfield mark as opposed to being back where it was. As it is, ball on the 41-yard line, 1st and 15. Pardon me, the 36-yard line. Nice run up the middle. It's Beresford. They finally able to bring him down. Does pick up some yards on the play. He gets about 4 of those yards that they lost on the penalty. Brings up a 2nd and 11 for Bear Lake. 8-6 is your score. It's a 2-point deficit for the Bears. 7:27 remaining in the first half of play. Bear Lake would love to put another score up on the board before going into halftime. From the shotgun now, man in motion. Drop back, has 2 eligible receivers, 3. It gets tipped at the line of scrimmage and comes down. Pass was intended for number 34, Bryson Crane. Looks like, not quite sure, but it does look like Jacob Bellis is the one that got his hand up and knocked that down. Now under 7 minutes to go in first half. The sun not playing a factor now on this east-west field. Going to be 3rd and 11. Would not be surprised in this scenario to see Rhett Lloyd be targeted. The 5'9", 145-pound junior. He's got a favorable matchup on the outside, and it's a single matchup as well. From the shotgun is Nil. Fakes the handoff, now cuts up through the middle, pitches it out to the outside, and slipping on the turf ends up being Beresford, and Carson Packer, opposite running back, is running back tackling running back as he comes up and makes the stop for a little bit of a loss on the play. Roughly line of scrimmage, we'll call it. They won't officially call it a loss, but 4th and 11 is the result. And we are going to get a punt here. Now come with the left foot. This is a much better punt than it was the first time. It'll come down. Bear Lake will down it, and it'll be inside the 30-yard line, just over the 25. Looks like it's going to be on about the 27, 28-yard line, where North Fremont will now take over on their own side of the field. It is officially the 27-yard line, 1st and 10. Follow IdahoSports.com on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Get updates, breaking news, pictures, and more. Click the icon in the top left to simply follow us. Don't forget action photos, prepcast, game picks. We'll be talking more about those as the game goes on. Of course, if you want to make the memories last a lifetime by owning the digital file of this very game, you can do it for just $9.95. Just click the button in the top right to order. Now North Fremont. Jacob Hill up under center again. Pardon me, Jet Hill up under center again. Now to the outside, it's going to be Packer. Packer really having a big running load tonight. Picks up 6 yards on the play, brings up a 2nd and 6 for the North Fremont Huskies. So on 2nd and 4, Hill looks to get back up under center. Coming across the middle, getting out near the first down marker. We'll see what they give him. It looked like it was going to be number 3 on that play, Jacob Hill. Boy, it looks, we might end up bringing the chains out on this. They are going to give it a first down. One of the changes that I do like that they've done in all levels of football is they let an official eyeball it and call whether it's first down or not. It did become, for many years, a stall tactic for coaches. Sometimes they'd be 2 yards short, and you're seeing a coach call the chains out, and it kind of became a stall tactic in order for them to talk a little more to their team. I do like how they do it now. However, I think that one was close enough. You could have justified an actual measurement on that to make sure. It's going to be Packer again. This time Packer met early by Jordan Garbett. Jordan Garbett able to bring him down after about a 3-yard gain, brings up a 2nd and 7. Now under 5 minutes to go, 4:44. And remember, North Fremont had to blow 2 timeouts early in this ball game. Leaves them just 1 here, remaining in half number 1. This turned out to be a very, very competitive ball game. We're yet to have any games go final. The run takes place up the middle. It's going to be Romero. Romero picks up a few yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 3.5. I think on the scoreboard it'll probably be a 3rd and 4. Scoreboard shows 4th down, but it should just be 3rd. It is 3rd and 3. 3:45 remaining. This could be a big stop for Bear Lake. This is punt territory if they could get a good stop here. Man in motion. And brought down in the backfield.
Oh, he dropped it. Oh, no way.
Looked like potentially a fumble. However, been brought down in the backfield by Bear Lake. Looked like big number 68, Tyler Burbank, the senior offensive defensive lineman. They list him as 6 foot, 175 pounds. He looks bigger than that. Brings up a 4th down and 12. And it's going to bring on a punt, which, barring a fake here, this could really be, a great opportunity for the Bear Lake Bears to have the final possession of half number 1. 8-6 is your score. North Fremont on top. Punt goes up. This one's going to go out of bounds. It actually stayed inbounds as it hit just kind of in the corner and did it. However, it'll come down on the 29-yard line of the Bear Lake side of the field where they will take over 1st and 10. Just a couple score updates to go in the 2A division at halftime. Westside and Firth. Westside, your reigning state champions. That's a matchup of last year's state championship game. Westside up 8-0 on Firth. Lyman, Wyoming, late in the 2nd quarter right now, leading Malad 8-0. Lyman is your opponent next week at home for the Bear Lake Bears. And that'll give Bear Lake kind of a good gauge, as they're able to play Lyman and kind of see how they do as opposed to how Malad does against them. Malad, a conference opponent down in District 6, SEIC. District 5, pardon me. Romero bats it down as it comes off the hand of Tayson Neal for a pass. And Romero now making his presence felt defensively as well as offensively. We've also got American Falls and Aberdeen playing tonight. We do not have a score update on that game. Coal Valley Christian, Grangeville, that's another 2A1. From the shotgun again. It's going to be Neal. Twins right, single left. Going to hand it off instead. It's Beresford. He beats Romero to the outside. Remains on his feet. Looks to get out of bounds. It's going to be awfully close to picking up the 1st down. We'll see where it goes, and I think it will be a clock stopper at 2:29. It's going to be close. Looks like it's going to be just a little short of the 1st down marker, so it'll bring up a 2nd and 1 for Bear Lake now with 2:29 on the clock and an opportunity to potentially put a score up on the board before the end of half number 1. This has been a very competitively played ball game between the two teams. They've had some great offensive plays, some great defensive plays, and both teams have had some miscues as well. Sounds like a full ball game. Single right, Twins left, one in the backfield. Maybe getting away with a little bit of a false start, but picking up the 1st down on the play appears to be number 4, Jordan Garbett. Jordan Garbett, the 6 foot, 175-pound senior. Running back and linebacker. Looks to me like he got up there. Looks like he got the... No, they are going to measure this one. While they're measuring that, our Army of Idaho Sports action photographers are covering games all over the state. We've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu. And always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the IdahoSports.com Prepcast. Cover every inch of Idaho, hosted by Brandon Bainey. Each Prepcast features one of our in-house experts talking about what's going on in your part of the state. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcast in the menu to get caught up on what you have been missing. And it looks like it is going to be a first down. Good news for the Bear Lake Bears. 2:21 remaining on the clock. Now counting down, 1st and 10 from the shotgun again with Twins left single, right one in the backfield. It'll be a blocker this time. It's going to be Neal coming back, has his man over, throws his receiver on the play. That pass intended for number 34 on the play, Bryson Crane. It did look like Crane slipped a little bit as he tried to cut to the inside. As it is, brings up a 2nd and 10. You got Melba playing Elko, Nevada tonight. Elko, Nevada, Lady licking on Skyview of Utah, or pardon me, Skyview of Idaho last week. We'll see how Melba does. Melba just a 2A school. They will be down here next week. And in the backfield, down goes Neal. Looked like big number 61. Jacob Bellis was on it. Romero was there early as well. This will be 3rd and way long. We'll see. It's going to be 3rd and 29 with a $1:45 on the clock. I'd like to see a pass come out here. We're going to get a timeout, it looks like, from the Bear Lake Bears with 1:32 remaining in the first half of play. And it is going to be from Bear Lake. We do have one remaining timeout for North Fremont, who did have to burn theirs early on in the first quarter of play. Shout out again to our local advertisers, Upper Valley Orthopedics, Northern Title, Bear Lake Drug, Schwab Matthews Mortuary, as well as Gary H. Tusher, CPA, Carpet Direct, and Flooring in Rexburg, Flying A Ranch in Ashton, of course the Frost Stop, Old Fashioned Drive-In. And all this good smelling food they're bringing past us right now. Oh, boy, does that smell good. Too good. I shouldn't be eating that. So, again, we've had a competitive game, some good offensive plays, good defensive plays from both teams, also some missed cues that have cost both teams in some scenarios. Now in consecutive possessions, one for each team, a big sack has kind of changed the offensive complexion. Kellogg, who has now moved down into the 2A ranks, hosts 4A Moscow. Moscow hosts Kellogg, but they will be playing there. Had an opportunity a couple weeks ago to go through Kellogg. All the way up to northern Idaho and northern Montana. Now it's going to be a great run by on the outside. Thought for a minute that was Beresford. It ends up being Shaw, Brady Shaw. Gets all the way to the outside. What a great play call. Able to get out of bounds. Stops the clock. 1:21 left, and now Bear Lake finds themselves back in a reasonable scoring position with under 1.5 minutes to go. That was just a fantastic play call. And, of course, like any play, it's got to be executed right no matter how good the call is, and that one was executed to perfection. So, 1st and 10. Ball down on the 41 from the shotgun as he has been all night. Twins right, Twins left. Does have single coverage to the left. And Brady Shaw, who had the big play, the previous one to pick up the first down, drops an easy pass here. Those are the ones you can't afford to miss. They don't come that easy that often. We'll see how they respond now. 2nd and 10 from the 41-yard line. That 41-yard line is on the North Fremont side of the field. From the shotgun again. Twins again, getting away possibly the false start. The officials have to call it, so as it is, it stays clean.
Take time.
Looked like it was number 34, Bryson Crane, on that play. Ended up with the catch on that. We are going to get another timeout with $1:07 on the clock. As Bear Lake picks up about 8 yards. Will be a 3rd and 2, maybe a 3rd and long 2, short 3. You get your Gridiron game picks in this week. Compete every week against other high school sports fans and the so-called experts at IdahoSports.com for free. Win weekly prizes and a chance to be crowned the regular season picks champion. It's okay if you start now because weekly winners get $25. If you are the regular season grand champion, you win $100 and $250 donated to the school of your choice in your name. So that goes to their athletics program. And I'll tell you what, if you win $25 in a given week, that'll put a whole gallon and a half of gas in your vehicle. Let you get partway to the next game that you got to go to the next week. Ain't that right, Fuzz? It doesn't take me any more gas to get out here than it used to. It just takes me a lot more money to to put the gas in. Oh, my goodness. Look at the hamburgers they brought us. Thank you so very much. North Fremont always taking care of us. So we got a 3rd and 2. Minute 7 on the clock. Bear Lake still has another timeout. It was a nice little dump over pass, but I think there was a little miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback. As it is, it's going to bring up a 4th down, and of course this is 4th down territory for pretty much any team, not the least of which these two teams here. So we had rain earlier, and it really fogged up the one window. So I'm going to have to wipe that off. And we got some fancy napkins with our food that they just brought us. So I'll use one of those fancy napkins. Otherwise, I was going to have to grab Fuzz here and rub him against the window to clean it off. Now a run to the outside. Looks to be Beresford. Gets down, picks up a nice 1st down for Bear Lake. Down inside the 10 or near the 10-yard line. Looks like it's going to be on the 11 for Beresford. So 54 seconds to go. They do have to set the chains. They can probably get it down off here. And still a timeout remaining. Both teams now with a timeout remaining in the first half. Getting up is going to be Tayson Nill. Looks to his left. Goes up over the top of the defender and gets the touchdown. Looks like that went to Rhett Lloyd, 5'9", 145-pound junior. No penalty flags on the play. Blake takes our score out 12-8. We have the extra point pending. And they're going to go for 2 again. You know, one of the things that really in Bear Lake's favor, too, is they also get the ball to start half number 2. So they'll get 2 consecutive possessions for the most part, full possessions. And we got the 2-point conversion good as well. 2 fantastic passes in a row, both by Tayson Nill, who's been able to find his receiver. What a great series for the Bear Lake Bears, and they take the lead 14-8. And I'll tell you what, for North Fremont, who has been one of the very dominant 2A teams as of late, they have not found themselves in the last several years down very often on their field. Certainly not at halftime very often. 37.1 seconds to go. This has been a very entertaining first half. It took both teams the whole half to see who was really going to come out with a significant lead, 14-8 after being down 6-8. Bear Lake now out of District 5 SEIC. Again, that conference has produced some powerhouses. I've always felt that the strongest from top to bottom 2A conferences in the state have been District 6 and District 5. So up here in District 6, you got North Fremont, you got Firth, you got Ryrie, you got Salmon, you got West Jefferson, very good conference. And down in the SEIC, you got Bear Lake Bears, West Side, Aberdeen, Malad, and Soda Springs. Kicking off is going to be Bear Lake. 37 seconds. See if he can get this in the end zone. He's going to get it down, and it will. So the ball will come out to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10, where North Fremont will take over. So don't forget to stick around towards the end of the game for the IdahoSports.com Player of the Game. That's always a coveted award. It's not quite as high as the Heisman Trophy, but we'll take it for tonight's game and every other game. You know, that's an honor to be the IdahoSports.com Player of the Game. Solely, utterly picked by me with a little bit of influence by fan cheering, I guess, huh? 37.1 seconds. North Fremont now will try to see if they can get the ball downfield quickly before the end of the first half. It's going to be Hill keeping it, and he's brought down early on. Maybe got a yard out of the play. I think actually for the most part it's going to be no gain on the play. Quickly in there was Tayson Nill, the opposing quarterback for Bear Lake, who had a couple late great passes to pick up a touchdown and a 2-point conversion for the Bears. Now it's going to wind down under 10. I don't think we're going to have another play. So Bear Lake, again, the benefit for them is they just had a full possession. They start the second half with the ball, and we're going to go to the end of half number 1. 8-14 is your score. It's Bear Lake on top of the hometown North Fremont Huskies.
Scott here with Teton Honda. At the Teton Auto Group, we pride ourselves on having the largest variety of quality used vehicles in the region. So if you're in the market for a used car, stop by our dealership and shop from a wide variety of makes and models. And if we don't have what you're looking for on our lot, no problem. Our extensive dealership network will find the used vehicle that's right for you. Visit Teton Honda today to find the used vehicle you've been dreaming of.
What is community? It's Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1904.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things,
But you can do them.
quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
We're Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Wherever you are, D.L. Evans Bank is right there to help. From applying for loans to opening new accounts and signing documents, personalized service is just a video call away. This is Bank Live with D.L. Evans Bank. This is community banking.
Dave here.
Scott here with Teton Honda. At the Teton Auto Group, we pride ourselves on having the largest variety of quality used vehicles in the region. So if you're in the market for a used car, stop by our dealership and shop from a wide variety of makes and models. And if we don't have what you're looking for on our lot, no problem. Our extensive dealership network will find the used vehicle that's right for you. Visit Teton Honda today to find the used vehicle you've been dreaming of.
What is community? It's Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1904.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things,
But you can do them.
quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
We're Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Wherever you are, D.L. Evans Bank is right there to help. From applying for loans to opening new accounts and signing documents, personalized service is just a video call away. This is Bank Live with D.L. Evans Bank. This is community banking.
Dave here with
Welcome back. Halftime from North Fremont High School. 5 minutes to go before we start half number 2. An interesting, benefit for Bear Lake there is they got the last full possession of the first half and scored on that, took the lead 14-8. However, they also get the ball to start half number 2 as well. Different look for both these teams coming into this year. A significantly different look for Bear Lake, for North Fremont coming into this game after getting used to A.J. Hill and Jordan Lenz out there on the field. Both of them were seniors last year, but some good things taking place right now as well by Jed Hill. I think we'll probably see Angel Romero, I would imagine, more in the second half than we did in the first, but some great running in the first half by number 22, Carson Packer. Did a great job, and then some really big plays that Bear Lake was able to put together, and as well as some great passes as well. Those coming from senior quarterback Tayson Nill, was able to put his team in a 14-8 lead here. Just a significant second quarter for the Bear Lake Bears. Lot of games going on in Idaho this week, and a number of those carried right here on IdahoSports.com. Don't forget to log on. You can get games tomorrow as well. More of those games coming from the 8-man, not tournament, but 8-man games being played up at Middleton this weekend, as well as, of course, your Rocky Mountain Rumble, which primarily pits Idaho and Utah teams against each other. You'll be able to just go into the Friday Night Flash, and you can get those games as well. And those will be carried on GameStreams. Just simply click on the GameStreams, and you can go in and watch those. Just an update on some scores in the 5A division. Layton High School out of Utah knocked off Lewiston 41-28. That was from Madison High School. And then Skyline High School from Utah, 35-17 win over Post Falls of Idaho. Bora at halftime up 31-0 on Timberline. Owyhee, after picking up a game to start their season last week against Madison, they have a 14-7 halftime lead over Centennial. In the second, Idaho Falls 9-0 over Thunder Ridge. Thunder Ridge takes a big loss last week from Minico. And at halftime, it's Cuna and Skyview, 21-21. Late in the first quarter, Lakeland over Lake City, 3-0. Halftime, Meridian 13, Mountain View 7, Rocky Mountain 23, and Coeur d'Alene 0. That's about halfway through the third quarter, and right now it's halftime down in Utah. Cache Valley, Rigby High School leads Skyview High School of Utah 21-0. Let's go down here to the 3A divisions as well as the 2A division, which most of you will have a little more interest in. McCall-Donley right now, 3A, it's fourth quarter, just 4.5 minutes remaining, 20-7 over top of 4A Wood River. Wood River lost last week as well to another 3A school, that being South Fremont. No score yet for American Falls and Aberdeen or Bonners Ferry and Lincoln High School, Montana. You got Jerome and Gooding. It's in the third quarter. Jerome with the 1-point lead, 7-6. And then South Fremont in the first quarter, as that comes to an end, 6-0 over Timberlake as they play up north. South Fremont again, that win last week over 4A Wood River, and they hope to start the season 2-0 this year. It's Weiser and Buell in the third quarter. Weiser, of course, your reigning state championships in double overtime last year. Knock off Sugar Salem, a great stop on the goal line. And South Summit High School from Utah, the final over Marsh Valley, 47-13. That was just a big win for South Summit there in the Rocky Mountain Review. So right now, Idaho not doing super well in the review, but more games to come tomorrow. It's halftime, 8-0 is your score, Firth and Westside. That game being played at Firth, but Westside with the 8-0 lead at halftime. And late in the fourth quarter, it's Lyman High School leading Malad High School 8-0 as well. Kellogg, right now, that's 2A Kellogg in the first quarter, leading Moscow 4A 16-0. Of course, your score here, 14-8. And Soda Springs 22, Ryrie 12. That's a halftime score as well. Now, as we get down, ready for these teams to retake the field, North Fremont is yet to enter the stadium. Bear Lake all ready to go, and we're down to 10 seconds. Bear Lake gets the ball to start the second half. You have Wendell and West Jefferson playing tonight as well. We are yet to receive a score on that game. In 4A right now, halftime, Blackfoot leading Emmett. Hillcrest leading Century. That's a big deal for Hillcrest, who has struggled in football the last couple of years. We talked about Idaho Falls leading Thunder Ridge. Burley and Mountain home right now in the second quarter, 14-13. Burley with a slim lead there. Valley View and Twin Falls, almost halftime, 24-21. Valley View up, and then you got Skyline and Stansbury, Utah. They're playing at the Rocky Mountain Rumble down at Madison High School. Now 12 minutes up on the clock, and North Fremont does get back here to the field. We're going to start half number 2 to see who starts their season out 1-0 between these two schools. Don't forget to join us at the end of the ball game for the IdahoSports.com player of the game. Always important. IdahoSports.com player of the game. Tonight's game being brought to you by our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and of course your local Toyota dealer. North Fremont coming off that 9-1 season last year. They lost in the quarters to Firth. As both these teams, really, Bear Lake and North Fremont, both had a chance to go to the state championship game last year, but their opponents went instead and ended up being a Westside Firth state championship game, and Westside just laid down the gauntlet and showed why they were the #1 team last year. And right now, just 8-0 at halftime. That's Westside leading Firth. That game being played in Firth. Now we come out here for half number 2. They put a couple more minutes up on the clock here. So let us give you some of the game streams that will be taking place tomorrow. A lot of those are Rocky Mountain Review games, or pardon me, Rocky Mountain Rumble games. Rocky Mountain Review was the old Utah Jazz summer camp they used to do. So tomorrow you have Alta High School out of Utah taking on Sandpoint. That'll be in Madison. You got Kendrick and Notice, Clearwater Valley, Glens Ferry. Those are both 8-man football games. And you're going to have Morgan High School out of Utah taking on Pocatello. Lehigh from Utah taking on Highland. Last year, Lehigh just laid a beating down on Coeur d'Alene in the Rocky Mountain Rumble. And then back to 8-man football, Prairie and Oakley. And then Tooele High School out of Utah, they're going to face Madison tomorrow. That's going to be the nightcap, the final game of the Rocky Mountain Rumble. So that'll be an interesting day to watch. So far, Utah has dominated on day #1 of the Rocky Mountain Rumble. That used to, of course, be played down in Holt Arena, formerly the Mini Dome at Idaho State University. Now it's being hosted by Madison High School. We talked about Rigby being down at Skyview High School. They're leading at halftime right now, so that's Skyview of Utah. Well, last week they were on the road as well, but they played in University of Montana's stadium in Missoula as they picked up a big win to start the season over Coeur d'Alene. Them and Coeur d'Alene have become quite the rivals in the north end of the state. As we get ready to start quarter number 3, Bear Lake will receive this. Bear Lake had that fantastic second quarter after finding themselves down 8-0. They put on 2 consecutive unanswered scores at this point and an opportunity to get down the field and put some more points up here in quarter number 3. There we are, 12 minutes up on the clock. We are ready to roll. Kickoff is up, bringing it back. Can come out right at the 25-yard line where Bear Lake will start over 1st and 10. In fact, it will be marked exactly on the 25-yard line. Now just underway in quarter number 3. So what started out to be a rainy and hailing storm when we first showed up here to get ready for this game, it has turned out to be a beautiful fall evening here from southeast Idaho. More east Idaho than southeast Idaho. Bear Lake is a true southeast Idaho location down in Montpelier. Twins right, single left, 2 in the backfield. Now a man in motion. They go to him to the outside, jumping through, trying to get a lead on the defenders. And it looks like that ended up being number 2, Brady Shaw. And on that tackle, Colton Carter. 6'1", 187-pound junior offensive and defensive lineman. He did a great job. So it brings up a second. They're calling it 2nd and 10. It's actually 2nd and 8 is where it will be. From the shotgun again. Another handoff. This time misdirection comes to the left side. And finally, out of bounds, ends up being number 9, Tyler Beresford. Beresford with a great big first half, did an excellent job. And so did number 2, Brady Shaw. Brady Shaw with that massive run to keep their drive alive after being, it was 3rd and 29. He ended up with a great run that put him in scoring position. They scored on their last possession of half number 1. 11:03 now remaining in the 3rd quarter. 14-8 is your score. The visiting Bear Lake Bears on top of North Fremont. And now we're going to get a penalty. It's a big one. They are going to call it actually a holding penalty as it took place in the backfield. So that 10-yard penalty is very costly. It's 2nd and 19 from the 20-yard line. From the shotgun again. We do have single coverage on 2 different players. There's one in the middle. Great pass to the middle. Good enough for a first down as pass goes out to big number 34, Bryson Crane. Finally brought down by number 3, Jacob Hill. Could you turn that, could someone flip that light on right there, please? So after the big play to Crane, ends up in a first down, 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line on their own side of the field. Is Bear Lake now on the move. Ball put to the outside. It's Beresford again. He finally makes his way out of bounds. Never officially goes down, just goes out of bounds. Was forced out there by number 21, Carson Bond. Actually pronounce it Bone. It's a gain of about 2 yards on the play, brings up a 2nd and a short 8, long 7. Bear Lake as they find the ball now on the 43-yard line, their own side of the field. This turned out to be a very competitive ball game. With a 14-8 score, this game is nowhere near being decided for one team or the other. Pass goes out, gets to Shaw. Shaw takes it out of bounds, but not until he gets the first down and gets into North Fremont territory. Now there's a flag on the play as well. Looks like this might go against Bear Lake. If so, this will be negated. We'll see exactly what happens. It might have been holding in the backfield, and if so, that's another 10-yard penalty that just hurts, particularly when you've had a good play. It would have given you significant yardage. It is going to be holding. That's a spot foul, so it looks like this will put them back to. It looks like this should be 2nd down and 21. I believe it will be. Ball placed on the 29-yard line. That's going to be 2nd down and 21. 9:34 remaining in the 3rd quarter, and for right now for Bear Lake, it's on this possession. It's 1 step forward, 2 steps back. They have another opportunity here. You got Twins right, Twins left. No one in motion as of yet. All go out, single coverage on one side. Step up through the middle is Tayson. He's able to get to the outside, finally brought down. In on the tackle, big number 87. That's Dax Cherry. We call his name in basketball quite a bit as well, but down near the not near the first down marker, but after a significant gain. And this will make it a 3rd down and 3 and a lot more manageable. It was a great play by Tayson Nill to get out and get a lot of that significant yardage back. So 3rd and 3 with 9 minutes exactly on the clock in quarter number 3. 14-8 is your score. Bear Lake with the lead and the football. So they were the last one with a full possession in half number 1, and they got it here to start half number 2. This still your first possession of the 3rd quarter. Handoff goes on to number 4, Jordan Garbett, but Angel Romero gets in and makes a great tackle. Brings up a loss on the play, so it'll be 4th down. And it looks like about 6 yards to go, so a 3-yard loss on the play. This brings up an interesting decision. This is one of those areas that, you can go for it, but it hurts bad if you're not able to get that first down. They are going to go for it. This is going to be go for it territory then for North Fremont. Twins right. Single right, Twins left, 2 in the backfield, along with the quarterback. Nobody in motion at this time. Goes from the shotgun. It's handed off. And now they go back. It's going to be a pitch back to Neal, and Neal gets taken down. Don't know if that was designed or if it was just broken, but for North Fremont, they get the stop on 4th down, and it'll be a turnover on downs. And for Bear Lake, such a great opportunity to have 2 full possessions in a row and just unable to convert and remain in first down position. And it gets turned over to North Fremont on those downs. 8-14 is your score, 7:46 remaining in quarter number 3, and now North Fremont takes over. Shout out again to Upper Valley Orthopedics, Northern Title, Bear Lake Drug, Schwab Matthews Mortuary, Gary H. Tusher, CPA, Carpet Direct and Flooring in Rexburg, Flying A Ranch in Ashton, and the Frost Top Old Fashioned Drive-In located right there on Highway 21 in Ashton as well. Lance Taylor, Kyle Fuzz Taylor, bringing you this game tonight from North Fremont. It's going to be Packer again. He gets it. He stopped, but not until he picks up about 3 yards on the play. I think we'll give it maybe 4. I believe first in on the tackle, it looked like to be number 34, Bryson Crane. He's been an excellent receiver tonight for his quarterback, Tayson Nill. Ends up with a 4-yard gain on the play, brings up a 2nd and 6 for North Fremont. North Fremont scored on their very first possession of the ball game. Great pass over the middle. That ended up going to number 13, Hank Richardson, their big tight end. Called his name a lot last year as well. Up under center. It's Hill. Give it off to Packer. Packer maintains his feet and jumps the defender, and he's headed towards the end zone, being chased down and finally brought down on about the 2-yard line. It was a saving tackle by Brady Shaw of what would have been a short touchdown. Brady Shaw goes down and does everything he can, is able to keep him out of the end zone. However, now the ball will go all the way down to, they're calling it the 1-yard line. It will be first and goal for the North Fremont Huskies. I'll tell you right there, Packer did all the things that you teach. One of the first things you teach kids young in football is you always keep your legs moving, no matter what. And that's what he did, was able to break through the initial tackle and then step off the second defender. Now up through the middle, it's going to be good. Touchdown North Fremont. Jacob Hill, the 6-foot, 170-pound junior, steps in. And right now, we're knotted at 14 apiece. But we have the 2-point conversion pending. I assume it'll be a 2-point conversion attempt. That is what North Fremont has done. I don't know when the last time was I saw them attempt a 1-point conversion. It's been several years. 6:55 remaining, almost halfway through the third quarter of play. That's 6:55 remaining in the third. Up under center again, maybe getting away with a false start. However, Packer gets it, he gets in, and now North Fremont takes the lead back. Here in the third quarter, 16-14 is your score, 6:54 remaining. And once again, North Fremont scores on their first possession of the half. They did it to start half number 1, did it again to start half number 2. Upper Valley Orthopedics is the Upper Snake River Valley's renowned state-of-the-art orthopedic and sports medicine clinic. Doctors Michael Larson, Kevin Lee, and Travis Torngren are board-certified orthopedic surgeons treating all conditions of the shoulder, elbow, hand and wrist, hip, knee, foot, ankle, and sports-related injuries. Please call for an appointment at 208-356-9550 or request online at uppervalleyortho.com. Upper Valley Orthopedics in Rexburg is a proud supporter of North Fremont Athletics. Are you consider purchasing, selling, building, or refinancing? When making these decisions, you can count on Northern Title for reliable and accurate title and closing needs. You make the choice. Northern Title has combined with local professionals to ensure your real estate needs for over 3 decades. Choose Northern Title. Good deeds done daily. Northern Title is a proud sponsor of Bear Lake football. And now North Fremont gets set to kick off after a score that gives them the lead back, 16-14. The difference in this game is they missed 2-point conversion on the first touchdown for Bear Lake. Here in quarter number 3. And the fans here at North Fremont High School have come alive. This is the first game for both these schools. The high school season officially started last week, but a smaller slate of games as pretty much everybody is playing this week. And this one goes out of bounds at about the 23, 24-yard line. It draws a penalty. And those are the penalties you definitely don't want to always be taking advantage of on a kickoff. Goes out of bounds. They'll walk it off. We'll see exactly where they put it. Should be on the 35-yard line. It is. That's where they'll start. 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Bear Lake, who had a great opportunity starting half number 2. Second full possession in a row after they'd finished the first half of the full possession that they scored on. And just unable to convert as penalties just came in. And it was, again, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Long pass put out, unable to be hauled in. Looked like that was intended for number 9, Beresford. No, Shaw was the intended receiver on that. And brings up a 2nd and 10. So now they're going to go a single left, twins right, 3 in the backfield. Let's see if they put a man in motion. No motion yet. Now we're going to get a handoff. The handoff is going to go up the middle. It looks like that might have been a number 4, Jordan Garbett. First in on the tackle. It's number 13, Hank Richardson for North Fremont. 4-yard gain brings up a 3rd and 6 for North Fremont. They are going to give him 4 yards on that. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6 for the Bear Lake Bears. Now they swap the twins to the left. We're going to get a handoff again. Comes out of the backfield, picking up the 1st down, barring any penalty. Will be Beresford. Beresford got a cramp in his right leg. They're going to help him up. Cramps are common. He quickly gets back up, but not until he picks up the 1st down and just shy of North Fremont, half of the field. It's going to be the 48-yard line, 1st and 10, Bear Lake. You know, on the previous possession, Bear Lake, had some fantastic plays, but they had some holding penalties that brought them back. Those were penalties that took place in the backfield. And at the end of that possession, just were not able to overcome that. Neal pulls out. Is able to complete the pass. That's going to be Shaw. Brady Shaw ends up dragging that in. Good pass. It kind of was a little bit short, but he was able to slide down and get it. Result of the play brings up a 2nd and 4. So the game down in Malad has gone final. Lyman High School 14, Lyman out of Wyoming, and Malad 0. For the Dragons to start their season. Again, that Lyman, Wyoming team will go to Bear Lake next week and face this very Bears team. From the shotgun again, it's Neal. Tayson Neal looks to his receiver. Goes over top, has him. Looks like he was finally knocked out of bounds. Looks like number 34, Bryson Crane, who's been a very reliable target, the junior, 6'4", 175 pounds, good-sized receiver at the high school level. Particularly this division, goes all the way down to the 25-yard line, 1st and 10, Bear Lake. And now Bear Lake, after giving up a score to North Fremont, who took the lead back 16-14. Bear Lake now gets themselves down near scoring position as well. The only difference in this ball game was a missed 2-point conversion by the Bears on their first touchdown. Bear Lake looking to take the lead back. Delayed handoff in the backfield. Hank Richardson gets in and makes the tackle on this. Looks like Beresford had the carry. So Beresford's going to come out of the ball game as he just starts getting cramps. It's not like, any kind of knee injury or anything like that. It just happens to be a cramp. And the last couple times that he's carried it, he's had to have teammates kind of help him stretch a little bit. Still start to cramp, get over on the sideline, get some water in your system, see if that can help at least a little bit. As from the shotgun again, it'll be Taysom Nil. Now we're going to have twins right, twins left, single in the backfield along with Nil. He's got single coverage now out to the side. Hits his receiver. Once again, it's going to be Crane, and it looks like that might be good enough for a first down. We'll see. Was awfully close. The officials kind of got taken away from where the spot was. They followed a little extracurricular activity. It's been it's been a very clean played game. There has not been a lot of extracurricular activity. And it looks like they are going to give a first down. They do so just inside the 15-yard line. Looks like it'll be on the 14, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line for Bear Lake. And now brought down in the backfield is Beresford. And he is brought down by big number 61, Jacob Bellis. 6'2", 270-pound senior. And once he gets a hold of you, that is a tough task to break that tackle. So big loss into the backfield. Takes him out of immediate scoring position. Brings up a 2nd down and South Fremont to go. So we got an interesting score right now in the 2A division. So last week, Elko, Nevada laid a beating on Skyview, 4A Skyview out of Idaho. And right now, 2A Melba leads them in the third quarter, 32-20. And now another takedown in the backfield. We'll bring up a 3rd down. This time it's going to be big number 55, Orrin Miller, the sophomore, 6'1", 220 pounds. So bring up a 3rd and 23. So 3rd and 23, it's on a 3rd down, and Jim Jorgensen, the PA announcer for North Fremont, gets his team rallied, gets his fans rallying. Found the shotgun again, everybody tight. Now pull it out, they're going to go to the outside. The pass is caught, and going down with room to run and picking up a 1st down, maybe into the end zone. We will see. It is a touchdown for number 4, Jordan Garbett. And Bear Lake, twice now when they have been in 3rd and forever position, have been able to pick up huge plays. One to keep their drive alive to end half number 1, which they scored eventually after that. And this one for a score takes us out 20-16. So right now, 20-16, 2-point conversion on the way again. As far as touchdowns go, the equaling of touchdowns, the only difference has been a missed 2-point conversion by the Bear Lake Bears on their first touchdown of the ball game. Where North Fremont has converted on theirs, and we'll see what Bear Lake does here. Going to get it to the outside. It's going to be Shaw. We're going to have going to call this an illegal block in the backfield. And I couldn't quite tell. It looked like he might have got him a little blindside, but boy, it was. It was close. Either way, Bear Lake's going to have a 10-yard penalty, and so we'll see if they're going to try to kick this for the single point or if they're going to try to run it in again. 20-16. Right now it's a 4-point game with 2:11 remaining in quarter number 3. Another 2A final in, Declo 24, Nampa Christian 7. Soda Springs, last update for them with Ryrie. Soda leads 22-12 at halftime. So they're going to go for it. We'll see if they can drop a play similar to what got them the touchdown. From the backfield, it's Nil. Taysom Nil goes across the middle, has his man, cuts into the middle, over the defender, and they score. I'll tell you what, these long plays for Bear Lake are keeping them alive. Moves the score out 22-16. And if you are North Fremont, you have got to figure something out on these long plays, because right now Bear Lake is taking control of those. Great score for Bear Lake. Bear Lake Drug is located at 836 Washington. Casey and his amazing staff are the best in town. Will provide you with the service and care you deserve. This hometown pharmacy and gift store is your local drugstore, and a great deal more. Find them on Facebook or visit their website at bearlakedrugid.com. That's bearlakedrugid.com. Bear Lake Drug is proud to support all Bear Lake athletics. As we work with families to celebrate and honor the life of loved ones, Schwab Matthews Mortuary provide services offering personalized burial vaults and caskets, horse-drawn hearses, audio and transcribed recordings of funerals, prearranged funeral plans, and headstone design. Having 2 licensed funeral directors, Chad Walker, Bear Lake County Coroner, and licensed mortician, and Dane Schwab, owner and licensed mortician. Schwab Matthews Mortuary and staff will continue to provide superior funeral service to members of all faiths. Please visit us on the web at MatthewsMortuaryInc.com or call us at 208-847-0451. Matthews Mortuary is a proud supporter of Bear Lake Athletics, and they say good luck, boys. Now ready to kick off is Bear Lake. They have a 6-point lead, 16-22. And that was an important 2-point conversion for them, especially as you look, if they were to give up another touchdown to North Fremont. North Fremont always goes for 2 points, and if they were able to stop a 2 in that scenario, 2-point conversion, they could stop from giving up the lead, at least for that moment. So 22-16, 2:11 remaining. Bear Lake will look to put it in the end zone again. No, they're not, and this one's going to be returnable. And coming out and picking up some significant yardage on the return is Carson Packer, number 22, and he's going to get out across the 30-yard line. Now we're going to have a little bit of a scuffle. We got the ball. What's going on? Looks like it might have been a fumble. If it was, Bear Lake thinks they have it. If it was a fumble, the officials are talking about it right now. They have not motioned to let us know. The other officials are holding off the players. We're going to see they're going to come out. They're going to place the ball. The white hat has not let us know yet. So they're saying it's not a fumble. It's going to be 1st and 10, North Fremont. Ball will be on the 33-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Huskies. So the lead has been switched again. 16-22 now, your score. 1st and 10, North Fremont. Up under center again, man in motion. It'll go up the middle this time. Happens to be Angel Romero. Romero picks up a few yards on the play as well. It's a great block there to open up even the little room that he had. Got opened up by Hank Richardson, and that's what those if Hank Richardson hadn't have given that block right there, that might have been a loss on the play. It picks up 4 yards as it is, 2nd and 6. North Fremont. Now it's going to go to Packer. Packer breaks through a couple tackles, picks up a couple more yards. Will bring up about a 3rd and 4 for North Fremont. Both teams scored on their initial possessions, on one possession so far here in the 3rd quarter. Bear Lake did not score in their first one, but did on their second one in the 3rd quarter, pardon me. It is a 3rd down and 5, they're going to call it, so a 1-yard gain. Looks to me where that is, it's more like a 3rd and 4, but we'll call it a long 4, short 5. Pitch to the outside. There's going to be Romero. Romero has open room. Steps off the defender, cuts back to the inside. It's Beresford going after him, and it's going to be Romero going all the way to the end zone and ties the game up 22-22. Extra point or 2-point conversion pending. So here in the third quarter, this has definitely, without a doubt, been the most exciting quarter of the ball game. As the lead keeps jumping back and forth, and it's been done on big plays, much more than your little short 3, 4, 5 yarders here and there. It's been big plays that have been the difference in this third quarter. 22-22, 39 seconds remaining in quarter number 3, and a 2-point conversion attempt coming up for the North Fremont Huskies. Opening game of the season for both schools. Under center again, it's going to be Hill. He takes it, they try to punch it in, and he does get in, at least, yes, he does. It's motioned, and they take a 2-point lead. Again, the difference in this ball game right now is a crucial missed 2-point conversion on the first touchdown that Bear Lake scored in this ball game. That takes our score out, 24-22, the hometown North Fremont Huskies with the lead. Need help with bookkeeping? Personal and business tax returns or payroll. The folks at Gary H. Tusher CPA are ready to help you. Call 208-847-2601 for an appointment or visit their website at GaryTCPA.com. That's GaryTCPA.com. See Gary in Montpelier at 110 North 8th Street. Gary Tusher and his staff are proud supporters of Bear Lake Athletics. Carpet Direct and Flooring in Rexburg is the perfect flooring solution for all your floor covering needs. They can handle any type of flooring from residential to commercial. With their huge in-stock selection and their best installation team around, Carpet Direct and Flooring can help you create a one-of-a-kind look that caters to the style of your home or office. Carpet Direct and Flooring has appreciated the support from the Upper Valley and are excited to announce the grand opening of their new showroom in October of 2022. Carpet Direct is a proud supporter of athletes in the Upper Snake River Valley, and of course that includes the North Fremont Huskies. Flying A Wrench in Ashton is excited to see the Huskies back on the field. They say, "Get it done, boys," from the Flying A Ranch. Well, what an interesting game as this third quarter. It looked like early in the first that it was maybe going to be a low-scoring ball game, a defensive battle, but now it's turned into some big, massive offensive plays. The latest coming from Angel Romero, as he gets all the way down, steps off a defender, then stiff arms him, gets into the end zone, and now North Fremont will kick off with AC/DC playing on the loudspeakers. Husky players getting their fans riled up, and they are obliging. Now a short kick could give some good field position to Bear Lake. We'll see coming to the outside. It's Beresford.
We got a low block over here.
And we're going to see exactly what happens. We're not quite sure what the penalty came on. It might have been an illegal block. We'll see what it was. 33.4 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Bear Lake has the ball. They took the lead on their previous possession, then gave up the lead to Bear Lake on the most recent possession for North Fremont. White hat, the lead official, has still not shown yet to the booth. So it's a block below the waist on Bear Lake. That's typically a 15-yard personal foul penalty. However, where they are right now, it is half the distance to the goal. I've always had some mixed feelings on a half the distance to the goal penalty. I've always been one that felt if an entire penalty could be exacted to do that. But as it is, the rule is half distance to the goal. And Bear Lake will take over 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line on their own side of the field. Mason Nill gets a nice pass out. Receiver picks up the first down. No penalty flags at this point, and clear out to the 35-yard line, and then some will come Bear Lake. And both teams right now getting it done offensively. Both teams are going to have some serious conversations with their defenses, because that might be what it comes down to as this ball game moves forward. Great pickup by Bear Lake. And it looks like they're actually going to bring it back. I didn't see any penalty flags initially. They get a call, an illegal block in the back on the offense. It will come back. So it will be a 1st and 14. So 1st and 14 they'll call, 1st and 13, 1st and 14, right in that range, long 13, short 14. From the shotgun again, it's going to be Nil. Twins right, Twins left, single in the backfield to help Nil out. Has a man across the middle, unable to convert it, just a little bit over the outstretched hands. Of course, a big number 34. He's been their target tonight, Bryson Crane. We'll bring up a 2nd and 4 now. Make the memories last a lifetime by owning the digital game file of this game for just $9.95. Just simply click the button in the top right to order. This is your East Idaho game night, presented by Teton Auto Group and D.L. Evans Bank. 2nd, and they're going to call it a 13, 2nd and 13. Now we got trips left in the spread system, and now a high pass again. And once again, that's intended for Crane. It's going to bring up a big, important 3rd down. And we're kind of seeing right now happen to Bear Lake what happened on their first possession of the second half, where they had some big plays but had some penalties that ended up bringing them back and negating some of those big plays. 3rd down, we hear the graveyard bells, and Jim Jorgensen, the great home PA announcer, getting his fans riled and stomping in the stands. 2.8 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. So we anticipate this will be the last play of the quarter. We're going to have a single to the left, trips to the right on this spread. Single in the backfield, most likely blocking duties. And the pass is going to go out here to the left side, and we're going to get a penalty flag, pass interference. And that's how they're going to end the 3rd period, is on a pass interference. We'll see where that exacts off and where we stand. But we're going to go in into quarter number 4 after the penalty. We'll see exactly what they're going to do this. It is not an auto 1st down like it is in the NFL. It should be a 10-yard penalty. No, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Okay, just so you're aware, that is an NFHS rule. However, NFHS does leave open for local interpretation of that. So they allow local places to change that rule if they would like. So the ball's on the 33-yard line. They'll essentially put 1 second. It's a 0-second runoff. So we will have one more play here in the 3rd quarter. Twins right, Twins left. The Twins left were stacked. Open receiver downfield. It's caught by Beresford. He's finally brought down, but not till he gets into North Fremont territory. Finally brought down. That looked like That looked like number 64. I did not show a 64 on the roster for North Fremont, so we'll have to get some clarification, see who that is. As it is, we come to the end of the 3rd quarter, 24-22, North Fremont, your hometown team, up on top. The Frost Top Old-Fashioned Drive-In, located on Highway 20 in Ashton, is home to the best food in town. Whether you're on your way to Yellowstone, the beautiful Cave Falls, or simply spending the day in Ashton, the Frost Top Drive-In will curb all of your hunger cravings. Open 7 days a week and in business for over 40 years. They're proud to support their North Fremont Huskies. That is Frost Top Old-Fashioned Drive-In. We'd like to thank our other local sponsors as well. Flying A Wrench in Ashton, Carpet Direct and Flooring in Rexburg, Gary H. Tusher, CPA, Schwab, Matthews Mortuary, Bear Lake Drug, Northern Title, and, of course, Upper Valley Orthopedics. So interesting as we go now into the 4th quarter. That 3rd quarter was just kind of back and forth. Each team swapping the lead right now. Again, the only difference in this game is the 2-point conversion that was missed by Bear Lake on their very first possession. However, they just picked up an important 1st down in North Fremont territory on the very last play of the 3rd quarter. And both teams have benefited from big offensive plays so far in half number 2. Big shout out to the concession stands here at North Fremont. Always take care of us, brought us burgers, brought us drinks. And right now it's nil from the shotgun. He goes out to the right side, misses his receiver badly. I tell you what, it wasn't too far from being a backwards pass and absolute something disastrous, but Rhett Lloyd was the intended receiver on that. It brings up a 2nd and 10 here, 11:56 as we are just underway in the final quarter of play, barring any overtime action. Beautiful field here at North Fremont High School. We talk about this field being an east-west field. Most fields are north-south. However, for Bear Lake, it was no adjustment as they play on an east-west field as well. To the outside, keeping his legs going is Jordan Garbett, able to pick up a couple yards on the play, and Garbett did again what we talked about, which is one of the things that Packer did earlier. One of the first things you're taught as a running back in youth football is to always keep those legs moving when you get hit. Don't just go down, keep them moving, see what you can get. And that's what Garbett did there, kept him moving, was able to pick up a yard on that play, which doesn't seem significant, but it could have been no gain or even a slight loss had he not have kept those legs moving. So kudos to him. Stick around after this game for the IdahoSports.com player of the game. From the shotgun again. Out of the backfield, it's Garbett. Pardon me. It's Beresford, and he gets out near the first down marker. They're gonna mark him a bit short of it. Surprised me. It looked like he got out. Maybe stepped out of bounds, but it looked like he had got out to where the first down marker was. Either way, it's going to be just short of it. It's going to bring up a 4th down, but 4th and short. Now we'll see if Bear Lake can get the 4th and short. They've been able to get the 3rd and 4th downs and long. Well, let's see if they can do it on the 4th and short. And maybe if you're Bear Lake in that scenario, you just run one of the plays that you run when it's 4th and forever. From the backfield, it's going to be Nil, and he's going to cut up, and he comes down. And after all of those possessions, being able to pick up 4th and forever and 3rd and forever, they get stopped on a 4th and 1, and it's Romero that's in there first to bring him down. Also in on the tackle for North Fremont was big number 55, Orrin Miller, the sophomore, 6'1", 220 pounds. It'll be a turnover on down. Both teams have turned the ball over on downs tonight at various times. North Fremont with the 2-point lead and 10:18 remaining in the ball game. Picks up a possession here, and we'll see how they work the clock here. Coach Ben Lenz, very veteran coach. Run up the middle. This time by Jacob Hill. Jacob Hill, number 3. Of course, Jed Hill, number 2, quarterback. Checking back on the field and bringing the play in, number 87, Dax Cherry, the tight end, 6'3", 183-pounder, also a basketball player. Now, Ben Lenz, who coaches football, also coaches basketball. He coaches the women's basketball team and has won a state championship with North Fremont's women's basketball team in a very, very tough women's basketball conference. It's going to be Packer with the carry, picks up a few yards. This will bring up about a 3rd and 5, a long 4, short 5 for North Fremont. And if you're Bear Lake, this is a big 3rd down. You just gave the ball, just turned the ball over on downs. And if you can get a, stop here on 3rd and make it difficult for Bear Lake to have, or for North Fremont to have an easy 4th down look, that could be big for the Bear Lake Bears, who find themselves down by 2 points, the only difference being a missed 2-point conversion. Man in the backfield in motion. It's Romero. Romero goes out to the right, and they're going to stop him for a loss on the play, and this will bring up a 4th and 7 for North Fremont. So a great defensive play by the Bear Lake Bears to get out and make the stop. Ball will be placed out now on the 45-yard line exactly. It'll be about a 4th and 7. Be a long 6, short 7. And if North Fremont comes out and punts here, that's a very big victory of a possession for for Bear Lake. And if you are Bear Lake, one of the things you got to watch for here is a fake. I think we're even going to get a false start here, potentially on Bear Lake.
Number 3 or 13 on my side. I can't tell what number. 13.
It is. They're going to walk it off. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Now, there's no question this is going to be a punt. 4th and 12. And I don't see them trying for a fake here with a 2-point lead and, not wanting to give up good field position to Bear Lake. However, another errant punt goes out of bounds over at the 44-yard line. Great field position for Bear Lake to start their next possession. They turned it over on downs last time. We'll see what they can come up with this time, down by 2 points. We are in quarter number 4, 8:15 remaining in the ball game. Next week for Bear Lake, they're going to be home. That's going to be against Lyman, Wyoming, who just picked up the win against the Malad Dragons, 14-0. As far as North Fremont goes, they will also be home next week against Melba. Melba has just been laying a beating on Elko, Nevada, who throttled Skyview High School, 4A school in Idaho last week. And Melba just a 2A school as well. So that's something of interest for both of these schools here in the 2A division. Of course, they're out in District 3. Romero might have got away, Angel Romero, with an offsides on that. However, no call, 7-yard gain, closer to 8 on the play. So it is, 8-yard run, brings up a 2nd and 2. Second, they're going to call it 2nd 3. It's a long 2, short 3. Nil in the backfield, has a receiver, goes over the top. We're going to get a penalty flag thrown. Actually, it was not. It was a football being thrown over on the other side of the field. It looked like a penalty flag. Some of the Bear Lake assistant coaches are down here, and they're looking at it, and every once in a while it's funny because you'll have the little kids playing football over on the other side of the field, and a ball will get thrown, and occasionally it'll be like a yellow Nerf football or something like that. It looks like a flag comes out. As it is, it brings up a 3rd and 3. Still no update on the American Falls Aberdeen game or Coal Valley Christian and Grangeville. On the quarterback keeper, maybe a half a yard gain on it, or maybe they'll call it a yard, and it'll bring up a 4th and 2. I'd imagine this is going to for sure be a 4th down, go for it. So in the 3rd quarter, it is Melba 32-20, leading Elko, Nevada. Kellogg still leading Moscow 22-0. Declo over Nampa Christian in the final of 24-7. No update from New Plymouth and Payette. Pitch to the outside and a cut up the middle. Looks like it's going to be good enough for a 1st down. Yeah, I believe he got it. It was Beresford on it, and I think he got it by about a half a yard. It should be 1st and 10, Bear Lake. And it is. So 1st and 10. Bear Lake this time in North Fremont territory.
They moved it now. They moved it now. It's not going to be accurate anyway, right? Fight that.
So the officials end up calling they want it to come out. They want the change to come out. However, once the white cap motions it's a 1st down, the chains started to move.
Yeah, they both moved. That's not accurate at all now.
The way I look at it, it still looks like it appears to be a 1st down either way. But if you're the white hat, you've got to be conscious of that as soon as you motion that, everybody else makes their decisions based upon what you just motioned. When he motioned a 1st down, and that's what it is. He's coming over to explain it now to Coach Lenz. And he's saying they move the chains. But as that, you got to take that on your shoulders as the official. You have to look at that and say, hey, I motioned him on. That's what we have to go with because the chains moved on the far side. It's going to be a 1st and 10. So now they will move the chains. A play like that should never happen. As far as from the official standpoint, that should never happen. To the outside, it's Beresford. He has blockers out in front. Now cuts up through the middle. He's going to pick up about 3 to 4 yards on this play. We'll see where the official spot comes in. Right now, your score is 24-22 with our scoreboard flickering down on the west end. Just came back on, 6:06 remaining in the ball game. Well, that's barring any timeouts of any, or pardon me, any overtimes of any sorts. Last update is still halftime from Soda Springs Ryrie game, 22-12. Soda Springs on top of Ryrie. That is another District 6, District 5 matchup. That's Soda's second home game of the year. As they started with Sugar Salem last week, and Sugar Salem went down and kind of laid it to them. It's going to be Neal to the outside, picks up some good yardage on the play, and again the scoreboard flickers off. Now it's back on. It was 2nd and 6. It will bring up about a 3rd and 2 is what it looks like. So 3rd and 2, Bear Lake with a 2-point deficit in North Fremont territory. Ball is on the 42-yard line. Just over 5 minutes to go. Clock running. Twins right, single left, doubles in the backfield along with Neal. Neal from the shotgun as he has been all night long. Hands it off. It's down near the 1st down marker. Maybe not quite there. Jordan Garbett with the run. We'll see exactly where they spot this. Carson Bone in on that tackle as well. So it brings up 4th and short. The smallest they can show on the scoreboard is 4th and 1, but it's more like 4th and a couple inches. Twins to the right. Goes to the outside. It's going to be Beresford. It looks like he might get the 1st down. He does, at least if the cheering over on the Bear Lake sideline has anything to do with it. He does. And we'll wait for the official motion. So it is a 1st down on the 35-yard line now, where it will be 1st and 10 Bear Lake. Down now under 4 minutes to go. Neal from the shotgun. He does have a single right, and it is single coverage to the right as well. That's Crane, his top receiver. He's going to run to the left, and he's going to get taken down in the backfield. It's going to be by number 13, Hank Richardson. Hank Richardson, the trusty tight end as well, gets in and makes a great play defensively, and it's going to bring up about a 2nd and 17. But these have been the positions that Bear Lake has been tremendous in tonight, has been these long play situations, particularly 3rd and long, 4th and long. You just don't want that to become the norm, because then percentages just hit the point where they don't help you. I'm seeing a player down on the sideline. He was really teeny. He's a freshman, 85 pounds. Not been in the ball game, but he has been one of the best cheerleaders on the bench for his team. Crane again. Rolling out and going left. Now cutting through the middle, breaking away from the defenders and getting out in the open. Looks like that was number 1, Rhett Lloyd. And Lloyd picks up the 1st down. So the 5'9", 145-pound junior picks up a crucial first down with now over 2.5 to go. The clock will run here once the ball gets set. It does so. This has turned out to be an excellent ball game to start this season. And, you know, one of the things with these two teams as well is as the season moves on, it is not out of the realm for these teams to possibly meet in a playoff scenario as well. From the shotgun again. Neal has good. Oh, it's going to be a direct snap, almost a Cougar play. Oh, never mind. It's going to be Tayson Neal on that. It looked like they were trying to hike it elsewhere. It's a high snap. He grabs it, cuts up in the middle. Able to pick up about 3 yards on the play, brings up 2nd and 7. Now winding under 2 minutes to go. Minute 51 on the clock. Neither team has really flirted with a delay of game penalty tonight. They've both got out of the huddle, got up there quite quickly. Several times with North Fremont, we've seen the no-huddle scenario. Two in the backfield, twins and a single. Had a run up the middle. Gets down inside the 5-yard line. Looked to be number 4, Jordan Garbett, the senior, 6'1", 175. Now with a minute 19 on the clock and down by 2 points, we're going to get a timeout. We'd like to thank our sponsors. Looking at our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valley-Wide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and, of course, your local Toyota dealer. This is an East Idaho Game Nights presented by Toyota Auto Group and the D.L. Evans Bank. Of course, your local sponsors for this game have been the Upper Valley Orthopedics, Northern Title, Bear Lake Drug, Schwab Matthews Mortuary, Gary H. Tusher CPA, Carpet Direct and Flooring in Rexburg, Flying A Wrench in Ashton, and Frost Top Old Fashioned Drive-In, located right here on Highway 20 in Ashton on your way to Island Park and Yellowstone. Whistle blows. Teams get ready to come out of their timeout now. Again, stick around after this ball game for the IdahoSports.com player of the game. That is undecided at this point. Okay, buck 19 on the clock, coming out of the timeout, 24-22. Clock will not start until the ball is snapped. From the shotgun again, it's going to be Neal. He's got a single wide left. Makes me think we might get a run to the left. No, the run is going to go up the middle. It's going to be stopped short of the goal line. That's number 4, Jordan Garbett, again on the carry. Now the clock goes down, minute 10. I show 2 timeouts remaining for each team is what I show. I could be wrong. I've been known to be wrong. So we are going to get another timeout. It'll give us a chance to go over some scores here. Let's start in the 5A division. Layton High School out of Utah knocks off Lewiston in the Rocky Mountain Rumble 41-28. It's Skyline, Utah 35. Post Falls 17. Bora 41, Timberline 0. You got halftime, Hawaii leading Centennial 14-7. Hawaii started out with a victory over Madison last week. Thunder Ridge 18-15 as they have come back and taken the lead over Idaho Falls after a shellacking last week by Minico. It's Skyview 35 and Kuna 48. Kuna picks up the victory there, and Skyview drops to 0-2 on the season after the big loss to Elko, Nevada last week. It's Lakeland 17, Lake City 14. That's a halftime score. Meridian, late in the fourth quarter, leads Mountain View 13-7. Rocky Mountain 30 and Coeur d'Alene 7. 2 losses to start the season by Coeur d'Alene. 1 to Rigby, 1 to Rocky Mountain. And Skyview High School out of Utah has 2 points on the board from a safety, and they are down to Rigby with 7:25 remaining in the ball game, 27-2. That is your 5A scores on the night. We'll jump to 2A here again in just a moment. Nil again on 2nd and goal. Goes to the outside, gets it off to Beresford. Beresford's going to lose yardage as North Fremont gets him in the backfield. First in for the North Fremont Huskies, number 55, Orrin Miller. And I'll tell you what, the sophomore Miller has done a fantastic job. It's going to be 3rd and goal, but from a larger margin now than it was before. We have a timeout on the field. The timeout's going to be taken by North Fremont. I show that takes them down to 1. Minute 3 on the clock. Let's look at let's actually start with the 4A scores of where they are right now. So Minico beats Beaver High School out of Utah 24-14. It's Blackfoot 48 and Emmett 32. That's $1.56 remaining in the fourth quarter there. No scores yet out of Canyon Ridge, Caldwell, or Columbia Fruitland. It's Hillcrest leading Century 27-0 right now. Once again, that is big for Hillcrest, who has struggled in football the last couple years. In the fourth quarter, Thunder Ridge with a 3-point lead over Idaho Falls. Gooding knocked off Jerome 20-7. Skyview 35, Cuna 48. Lake City 14 and Lakeland 17. That's late in the first half. Remember, up there in that part of the state, they are on Pacific time zone, not Mountain time zone. Still no score from the Logan, Utah Bonneville game. That being played down in Cache Valley. It's Kellogg leading Moscow. That's a 2A, 4A matchup. Kellogg, the 2A school, 22-0 right now. Burley leading Mountain home in the third quarter, 34-19. Star Valley, Wyoming, 21. Shelley, 7. That is a final, 34-21. Twin Falls leading Valley View to start the fourth quarter. And Stansbury, 47. Skyline of Idaho, 35. That in the Rocky Mountain Rumble late in the third quarter. So now a timeout, Bear Lake. Ball on the 9-yard line, 3rd and goal after being just 3rd and 1. Drop down to the 3A bracket now. We'll get some scores read in here. McCall Donley, that is a final over Wood River, a 4A school, 20-7. Aberdeen 48, American Falls 3. Still no score from Bonners Ferry and Lincoln County High School, Montana, or Columbia and Fruitland. That's a 3A, 4A matchup. There we have a final from Filer. Filer 0, Sugar Salem 69. Jerome 7, Gooding 20. And that has become final that game. Kimberly knocks off Snake River and shuts them out 27-0. No score for New Plymouth Payette or Teton in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. South Fremont in the third leads Timberlake 18-6. It's Weiser 24, Buell 0, and Marsh Valley takes a shellacking today from South Summit High School out of Utah in the Rocky Mountain Rumble, 47-13. Now here we are, 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line, and we got a penalty, and this is going to be a false start. You could see it from where we were. And, you know, it hasn't been the long yardage situations that has hurt Bear Lake tonight. It's been the shorter yardage situations that have hurt much more. We finally got a score from Aberdeen, American Falls. Aberdeen 48, American Falls 3. Coming back in the huddle will be Bear Lake. Nothing yet from Coal Valley Christian and Grangeville. Westside knocks off Firth 22-0. That is a final. That game played at Firth tonight, 14-0. Lyman over Malad, final. Got a final here, Melba 38, Elko, Nevada 26. Declo beats Nampa Christian 24-7. Now we get 3rd and go from the 14-yard line. Misses his receiver. He could see him. Goes to the left. And the ball falls incomplete. It's not intercepted, but almost intercepted by North Fremont. But this brings up a 4th down. And what a crucial 4th down from the 14-yard line. Don't know what the kicking game is like for Bear Lake, but a field goal would give them the lead in this game with just under a minute to go, 56.4 to be exact. Soda Springs-Ryrie game went final, 30-20. Soda Springs with the victory there. Still nothing from Orofino, Marsing, or Wendell and West Jefferson. And those are your scores from 5A down to 2A. Of course, 1A in the state of Idaho, both Division I and Division II, are 8-man football. And if you have never watched 8-man football, you are missing out on some exciting play in football. So Bear Lake will try for the field goal. It's like Toby Flake. It's up. It was a high snap. It gets blocked, but picked up. Ball bobbles around, and North Fremont's going to take over with the lead, and 24-22 is your lead. 50.1 seconds on the clock, and North Fremont gets an absolutely crucial stop. Now, this game is not over by any stretch, because we have seen some great plays in this ball game. But if North Fremont's able to hold on to this lead, then there will be some happy people in Ashton, Idaho tonight. The quarter that was really the back and forth quarter that both teams struggled to stop the other was quarter number 3. So it looks like they are just going to nil on it with no timeouts remaining for Bear Lake. And this clock will continue to run down, and they'll take it pretty much most all the way to the end of the play clock. Neither team has flirted with a delay of game penalty tonight. And they'll just run it down here. They'll wait for the 5-second count. Just go ahead and run more time off the clock under center. It's going to be Hill, as he has been all night long. And from the shotgun was nil on the opposite side of the ball. And this ball game will come to an end now as it winds down to 10 seconds. Your final score is going to be North Fremont. They're going to knock off Bear Lake by a score of 24-22 in just a fantastic ball game. Heartbreak for Bear Lake, who was so close and had some momentum on their side, and elation for North Fremont, who had some of their own struggles throughout this ball game. We're going to take a break here on IdahoSports.com. Stick around. We're going to be back with the IdahoSports.com player of the game after this.
What is community? It's Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs.
Scott here with Teton Honda. At the Teton Auto Group, we pride ourselves on having the largest variety of quality used vehicles in the region. So if you're in the market for a used car, stop by our dealership and shop from a wide variety of makes and models. And if we don't have what you're looking for on our lot, no problem. Our extensive dealership network will find the used vehicle that's right for you. Visit Teton Honda today to find the used vehicle you've been dreaming of.
What is community? It's Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1904.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
We're Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your number one choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Wherever you are, D.L. Evans Bank is right there to help. From applying for loans to opening new accounts and signing documents, personalized service is just a video call away. This is Bank Live with D.L. Evans Bank. This is community banking.
Dave here with
Well, welcome back. Our final in this ball game, as it has come to an end, is North Fremont in a thrilling victory as they hold on with just an awesome defensive stop to end this ball game. Your final score on that is 24-22. However, we got something to get to here. Our IdahoSports.com player of the game is going to be Carson Packer, who was just consistent all night long. Number 22, the senior 5'8", 180 pounds for North Fremont, just played very, very good football tonight, did an excellent job for his team and was really consistent. Had some big runs when they needed it and was able to pick up chopping yards up and down the field as well. So an excellent job by him. This has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the East Idaho Game Night presented by Teton Auto Group and D.L. Evans Bank. It's brought to you by our major advertising partners, which is Project Filter, Valley-wide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. We'd like to thank our local sponsors for this game as well: Upper Valley Orthopedics, Northern Title, Bear Lake Drug, Schwab Matthews Mortuary, Gary H. Tusher CPA, Carpet Direct and Flooring in Rexburg, Flying A Wrench in Ashton, and of course the Frost Stop Old Fashioned Drive-In located right here in Ashton as well. Make the memories last a lifetime by owning the digital game file of this game for just $9.95. Just click the button in the top right to order. We'd like to thank Jody and everyone else here at North Fremont High School for their hospitality and letting us broadcast this game and bringing it to you, and also for the hamburgers and drinks that they brought us as well. Congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com player of the game, Carson Packer. Thanks for joining us here as North Fremont defeats Bear Lake by a score of 24-22 and a thrilling ending for my partner on camera tonight.